Welcome to this week's episode of BuzzBoys Podcast.
Let's go.
Starting with our left, who am I joined by?
We out here.
Dummy Diesel.
Whoa. Maddie boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this week,
Again.
like usual, we're starting with...
Pokemon card opening. Let's
That's-
go.
That's
We
correct.
got the Sword and Shield base set here.
We rigged this one too.
Sword and Shield.
No.
But we
not
rigged
true.
it with disappointment,
Oh.
so it looks
Okay.
real.
That's
So
not
we
true.
got it open.
Wait, let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
Got a white card on top. We
Oh,
love to
that's a
see
good
that.
sign.
We love to see that.
That's a good sign.
4 in the back, just like your mama says.
Whoa.
Whoa, boy.
It's a lot.
Fighting.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Team Yellow. Whoa, Drizzle. Okay. Meh. Schmeh. Goldine. Rosalina. And Spooky Bug. Snake. Get out of here. Aw, cute little elephant. Ooh.
Is it?
Hollow Cinderace.
Whoa, I'll
Good
take that.
card.
I'll take
We're gonna
that.
put that
Very
in.
nice. Let me
put
get a
that in
shot
a
of it real quick. Let me get a good shot of that. Hold
I
on.
like that.
even have a
Cinderace
sip?
with Pyro Ball.
I
Burning
like
Kick.
that art.
Put it in the sleeve and get
That's
home.
actually pretty nice.
Look at that.
That's pretty nice.
Fix and post.
John, how do you feel about that pool?
That was a good pull.
Yeah. I mean, Don,
I
how do you
love
feel
this
about it?
pull.
I guess it's good.
I
wouldn't say
don't know
that's
shit
this
either.
this was the starter that I did in the game. That's why I have a strong connection with Cinderace.
Oh.
And then
Love
people
it.
love
Dang, that's a
Cinderace.
cool
That's a
one.
fan favorite. It's a good pull.
Very
I like
nice.
I wouldn't call it a grail, but we're out here. That's okay.
And again, let's see the packet. Let's see. Show me the packet right here. Where did we pull this from? From the Sword and Shield
Base
set.
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 Yes.
Alrighty, very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. But all right.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Decent
pull, And so dude. I like now- this
one.
Once again, welcome to our regularly scheduled programming.
Program.
Exactly. So
WandaVision.
this week,
WandaVision.
somebody
We're still inside WandaVision. Help us.
somebody gave us some homework.
Oh, homework, yeah.
Oh yes, that was me. I almost
From the
forgot that.
hex.
Professor Mateo.
Yes.
From the hex.
I was senpai this week, and what I had you guys watch was a little show called Erased.
It was
It's
a little show.
Just it is actually a little show because it's only 12 episodes.
Do
so
us a favor. Can you explain the premise of the show? No spoilers. But
No,
the
yeah.
premise. Go ahead.
Yeah.
and explain it
So the
first.
premise of this show, it's a mystery / drama type show.
murder mystery, I would say.
Murder mystery.
Yeah.
And it's about an individual that has a special ability to go back a couple minutes in the past to an incident where it first starts to occur. So then that premise kind of carries on with the story that he needs to do that to solve a murder and a kidnapping that takes place way back in the past, but the incident started in his present time. So it's a little confusing, but there's some time traveling stuff in it, and there's like
Give
a
me that.
mix on like kind of like the mystery side of it, and then trying to connect the dots with these little breadcrumbs here and there. So yeah, it's a murder mystery type show. I thought it was good, but let's go ahead and start off spoiler free. Who was your guys' favorite character?
Oh,
First.
actually, I never even thought of that. It's kind of hard. one.
Honestly, neither did I. Like, I really didn't think about it. To be honest,
Which one?
Let's see.
Which one like stuck out to you the most? It's like, all right, like I'll tell you that mine was Kenya's, because I thought
he was pretty cool.
He was
Yeah.
just 5 head.
I actually
Like,
thought Kenya was a girl at first. Not gonna lie.
The
The blonde? Yeah.
Yeah.
The blonde hair one.
I thought he was a girl
He-
for a little bit.
Oh, I think I know.
His
my favorite.
voice acting kind of sounds like it might be a girl.
I know who my favorite is. Easy. It's the mom.
Dude,
The mom is
the
so
mom,
cool.
yeah.
So the mom in
Oh
the
my
show
God,
is
yeah.
easily like she's very helpful. She's very she's very much a mom, but on top of that, like she kind of knows things. Like she's I don't know.
She's very
sometimes
like
she
intuitive.
yeah. It seems like she knows more than she lets on. But also I mean it's not a spoiler, but she's a reporter, so like
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, you see a lot of interesting like things with her for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So mine is Kenya's. Drew's the mom. John.
Do you have
Yeah.
one?
Give him more
Just
time.
I can go.
Okay.
I would go with the mom too.
Mom's good.
Yeah.
She's a great mom.
Very intuitive.
She's a great mom.
She does a crazy breakfast.
Dude, I thought I was
Insane
about to
curry.
say the way she
I know.
cooks.
Yeah.
It's pretty
No,
good.
yeah,
It looks
for sure.
good looking.
She's a
breakfast.
5 out of 5 mom.
Yeah.
5 out of 5 stars mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stars.
Sorry.
Dude, I don't know. It's kind of difficult. I'd probably say the main character, honestly.
Yeah, the main. Yeah.
I mean, him or the reporter that the mom is friends with. I thought he was pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yo, because that guy was pretty sneaky snake.
Yeah. But the main character too, like I just like the way that he would like what is it? Once he knew that like there's some shows hard to talk about without spoiling it. So
but I do have this to say about the main character.
Okay, yeah.
That is character development from the first episode to the last episode.
It changes.
It's
huge.
It's huge. He goes through a lot
in a matter of only 12 episodes.
Yeah.
That's true,
Yeah. But and like I would definitely say that like these type of shows just feel like a longer movie.
I mean, when you think about it, it has a runtime of a Justice League.
Yeah.
It's essentially 4 hours plus, give or take. But for sure.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it,
Well, just to keep it moving here with the spoiler free, so we can get into the spoilers, because this show it's short, so it's easy to go into spoilers. Mm-hmm. But leaving on that note, how'd you guys feel about the show as it being like a murder mystery drama type show? Like was it something that's like, oh, there's a clue here, like where you did you kind of find yourself connecting the dots as the story went on, or were you kind of thinking ahead?
I definitely was, because that's my thing when I watch these type of shows, is that like I definitely think ahead. So I'm constantly like,
no,
what
same,
about this person? I think it's
yeah.
this person kind of sketch, and usually like I end up getting a good grip on who exactly it could be. And turns out, when I did watch it, I was actually right, like who it was, because in my opinion, it was too good to be true. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I saw little things, and there was one big thing that I was like, oh, dude, it's right. It's literally there in your hands. Come on. And,
I would love to know that one big thing, but once we get into the spoiler free,
but anyway,
the spoiler part.
And I just want to say, like, it was a mixture of a murder mystery and also kind of a thriller / horror.
Yeah.
There were a lot of elements of that. There was a lot of suspense. There was a lot of moments where you just kind of like tighten up and you're like, oh, I hope this doesn't happen, or like, ooh, what just happened? That kind of thing. So that it plays all into it, and it worked well.
And like I would say like the cool thing that they tied in with this kind of story is the time traveling aspect.
Yeah.
Because it was all right, trying to find out who done it, but also dash of time travel. And
I thought that was a really cool element that they intertwined with a mystery.
Yeah. Of
going back in time to solve a murder that happened in present time, but he's got to start way back compared to his 5 to 10 minutes that we see in the first episode.
Yeah. Or no, and I think sometimes it's seconds. It's 10 seconds or 30 seconds.
Yeah. So
what'd you think?
Oh yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
Murder mystery.
As a murder mystery, I thought it was good.
A murder mystery.
I do have to agree with Angel, because he did point out to me that
Dragon X 34.
It was pretty predictable. So I do agree with him there. I think I knew who it was a couple episodes in. So I was like, I'm gonna stick to that.
I think I knew who it was the second episode, but I think they were trying to
well, here, wait, hold on.
Well, it wasn't that
obvious.
It wasn't that you knew, but it was your hunch. You made the hunches.
That's actually perfect that we're going into that now, because that's something that I feel the same about. So the next one, what was everyone's initial suspects?
So this is spoiler free though?
Yeah, spoiler free. This is no. This is spoilers now.
Right. Okay, so let's go ahead.
We're crossing the
so
threshold.
Anybody that's listening,
we're crossing the line here.
We're going into spoiler territory, so if you have not seen the show, go check it out.
Get the freak out of here.
It's only 12 episodes. It's about 4-hour runtime, so just you could binge it or watch half and half. It's 2 movies essentially.
Yeah.
So this is your final warning. We're really getting into spoilers at this point, so
get the freak
spoiler
out of
warning
here right now.
But also get the freak back.
Yeah, but come back.
Come check out for later, because we're going to talk about Bad Batch in a bit.
That's right.
But all right, so
your again, initial suspects.
So mine, I mean, it was the guy. It was
the
teacher. Literally, as soon as they showed him in the second episode, I was like,
yeah, that guy did it.
Yeah.
But I felt throughout the show they were just kind of
making it more and more obvious,
showing us all these different things, and then it's wait, maybe he didn't do it, but he definitely did it.
Yeah, there were certain
moments. And why did he do it?
I think they tried to paint it where they try to give him the nice guy curve where it's oh, it can't be him, but I just think that's too obvious.
They definitely tried for that.
I think they did it half and half, but there were also points where I was that's where the suspense part comes in, especially when it goes in
of,
the car, and it's like, dude, like, watch out, like, he's pretty sus, like, what the hell?
And it's, because, like, for me, it got to a point of, like, when are they going to catch this guy? Because it's like, I got a good feeling that it's him, but it's like, why is he doing it? And, like, he keeps getting away with it, so it's like, when are they going to catch him? And it just feels like, to me, like, at a point that it's like, it's so obvious that they don't.
Yeah.
Or that they're not going to. Yeah.
I think that they tried to make us, like, suspect some other people. For sure, when they first showed the guy with the plane that he would, like, chill with at that park.
Yeah.
Right.
I, like, suspected him for, like, just, like, a split second. And then once he got to know him, I was like, there's no way this guy freaking pulled off all this and then framing people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I almost suspected the mom, but then, like, I was like, no, like, that doesn't make sense either.
Because where she ends up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then as the show got, like, progressively, like, deeper within the whole plot, that's when I thought it became more suspenseful. It's like, dude, like, we know it's this guy, like, figure it out already. Like you're almost like, dude, like, wake up. Like,
just like you two were saying, like, two of the big things that he does is, like, you know, he seems very concerned about her, and he's like very much like, I know she gets beaten, like, I've called. But then, like, one big thing that, like, I was questioning about, he's like, well, like, why would I call now? And then he goes like, oh, well, like, I called yesterday, you know? And he's just like, I was like, okay. But I think the moment it absolutely, like, solidified it for me was when he brought, like, CPS to their house, and they come in through the back door, and, like, nobody's in there. And then he like, deliberately says, like, I know where she is. Like, she, you know, like, I'm sure she's completely safe, you know? Like, I know I have a good hunch that she's safe. It's like, how did you know that? You know, like, how on earth? It's an empty house with CPS, and, like, the comment like that, I was like, that gave it away for me. Like, I was like, that solidified it.
So, like,
that
was
plus the candy. I was like,
dude, once
that was
I saw
the biggest one.
Once I saw the candy, that was the point where I was like, well, yeah, like, that is for sure him. And I think that's in episode 8, right?
He played it off relatively smooth. But
no, I thought this guy was 5-hit, but he was just such a scumbag at the same time, because he would, like, make a very good effort with, one, committing the crime of kidnapping and then murder and all that stuff. But he was pretty 5-hit about framing.
Yeah, about framing people. And I think that was, like, his, like, bread and butter. And I think throughout the show, like that was the biggest part for me of, like, alright, so, like, this guy's insane at framing people. And how does he keep getting away with it?
Yeah.
That was just one of my, like, bigger questions, too.
No, yeah. But, well, like, moving on to the next question, then. With the aspect of time traveling, like, how do you guys think that, like, that really either made this story more interesting, or did it kind of take away from the mystery aspect, or did it kind of make it better? Because we haven't really seen, like, a mystery with, like, just pure time traveling stuff of, like, going back in time, trying to fix things here so that doesn't happen there, but it's like a murder mystery type stuff. Well, like, I am just, like, thought that it was just something that was crazy, because we see it in, like, the 7th episode of when he, like, caught himself doing the same things that he was doing when he was a kid. He was like, oh shit, like, I'm, like, doing the same stuff again. Like, am I changing anything? So I thought that was pretty crazy too.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job on that. I mean, I don't think it took away from anything. I would say I'm a little bit past, like, the middle. Like, it didn't take away anything for sure. Like, I think they did a good job of
that it helped the story.
Yeah, like, I don't think it was anything, like, I wasn't, like, totally, like, I guess,
it's like,
like,
no,
blown away by it. But I mean, like, I just thought it was a good aspect to throw in.
I think it's what makes it different, you know, like, it's what helps stands out. But at the same time, it added a lot of certain things that were kind of complicated, like a lot of uncomfortable situations. Like, case in point, there's a lot of comments where, like, I mean, he's a kid, and keep in mind he has a mentality of a 29-year-old. He's literally 29, and so there's points where, like, he's talking to his, like, new crush, become crush, the girl he's just trying to save. What was her name?
Kayo.
Kayo. He saves Kayo, and, like, they sort of become a thing. But then there's one point where, like, she comes in and he's like, whoa, she's beautiful, and it's like, dude, like, you're a 29-year-old man. I was like, oh,
but also,
like,
some kind of, like, sus parts,
like
that.
Do you think that's him, like kind of, like, falling falling into the old patterns that he used to do.
And that's what I'm not sure of, because like it's either the patterns that he fell into, or because he's back in that body, he's kind of getting that, like, regaining that mentality of that age. So it's a little confusing on that aspect, you know, but then he comes back and he's like, oh, well, like, I'm a 29-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if you're a 29-year-old, like, where it ended him up, you know, where he, like, takes the dip or whatever, it's like he could have easily just, like, you know, if I was a 29-year-old, I'd be like, pull this, and then, like, slip up and out.
No, yeah, like, I feel
like
I would have, like, figured that out to get, like, out of that situation.
But I could imagine that, like, because I think the teacher, like, buckled it in, buckled the thing into him.
Yeah.
And, like, I could imagine it being, like tight to your waist. And if it's tight, because if it's, like, that tight, then, like, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And if it's, like, jammed,
yeah.
So I can imagine that being the case.
Yeah.
But
I think, like I said, it's what helps it stand apart. And it definitely, occasionally it would, like, I don't know, like, at first it felt like it broke the flow. Like, because there's a part where he's getting arrested and, like, everything.
Like
and
he
then
actually
finally,
goes back.
he, like, forcefully does it. Like, he controls it. And, like, to me, I was like, oh, damn, well, I kind of wanted to see what else was going to happen if he went to jail and stuff. But then, like, well, at that point, you know, obviously, it completely changed. Because that was the second time he goes in. And the final time, you know. But, but yeah, it was cool.
Because at that point, that was the only time that he actually, like, controlled it. He was like, yeah, like, I want to go back. Like, send me back one more time. Which leads me to my next one. What was your guys' favorite part or episode? Because I actually have, like, a favorite episode where it's like, all right, like, I'm liking the whole episode.
All right, this, like, doesn't, like, got anything to do with the story, but I thought it was cool to see our boy get on the blades. Get on the skate.
Yeah, once he does it, right?
Satoru, right?
Yeah.
That's
his
name? That's his name,
yeah. Dude, that kid was flying.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah. No, plus the animation at that part, too, was cool.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was really...
That kind of, like, gives me hope.
I also thought that the whole show was well animated, and, like, all the voice actors were, like, pretty good, too.
Yeah.
I like them, too, especially for the main character and his kid voice, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think, so based on my favorite episode, it probably had to be the one before he goes back, like, the second time. Mm-hmm. You know, like, the final time that he goes back in time. When, like, the whole arson happens... And, like, I think that's the same episode when the arson happens and she wakes up and stuff, like the chick that almost, like...
Mm-hmm. I think that was episode 6, and then at the end he's getting, like, arrested and
right. She was really cool at that point. Like, the fact that she, like, literally just, like, straight up almost knocks out her manager.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked out
Ira or something like that? Or?
Yeah, she straight up
Irie
or something. Well,
just gave her a clenched 5 to the face, and it was just, insane. Like, and it was cool.
Irie.
It was a good episode to see her, like... support him and stay on his side, and it was just a cool dynamic to me.
Yeah, I think that's the episode that, like, made that last moment, like, during, like, the credits where they see each other, like, again, but he has the memories of, like, her, but she has no idea who he is. Yeah,
right, because it's like a new
timeline.
Which I thought was pretty dope.
I don't think I really have, like, a favorite part. I more or less just enjoy the aspect of him reaching out to essentially, like, a nobody and trying to, like, save her. I probably enjoyed that
kind
the
of
most.
The times where, like, he, like,
would,
like, try to, like, be a good, like, friend and just make sure, like, this loner is not alone.
Or, like, kind of like his mission, like, throughout the whole thing.
More or less seeing, like, her world changing as well, aside from his.
Yeah.
I thought that was probably... Because I don't think I really have, like, a favorite part. But I think
like a single point that sticks out.
I enjoyed that the most, though, because you could tell that
was like your favorite aspect.
Like he wasn't just doing it for him at that point. You could tell it was also for other people, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. No, I am like that too, because you would like see him like actively try to make a change for these people that are lonely and this and that.
Like that. Because before he went back, like I don't think they were friends with that girl.
No,
that girl was just a loner.
No.
Yeah. But like I would say for the actual favorite part of mine, it would be, I think, or well, like, or like best episode. I think it would be like episode 10, to where like he like dies.
Oh.
Yeah, like to where like he got caught by the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the entire time going up to that point, it was him like getting
closer.
like 10 steps of past this guy, and he's like, all right, well, like he's gonna go for this girl next, so I'm gonna go for her, and like try to.
I thought that
her.
was cool that.
But this was the one time that like he got it up on him, and
he got it wrong.
Basically tried to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, like that. Well,
I just thought it was like intense.
Did you guys watch the intro like changed every couple of episodes, and then after that episode for episode 11, they do the intro, and it like usually has him and his like kid self watching the whole like movie of his life basically. And during that episode, like I thought it was cool that he's just not there because he's like quote unquote dead.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, that was a sick little thing that I really haven't seen an anime do with their intro, like kind of leaving like breadcrumbs for you.
Yeah.
But no, probably with my favorite part though, I would say it's the episode 7. Once he like the start of the episode, he's like screaming to get back, and then once he does get back, he makes these drastic changes, like extreme changes of leaving his birthday party, throwing a rock through that guy's window so the cops are there.
Yeah.
So like I just like that whole episode because that whole episode was him. Is like no, like I need to be more extreme with these changes. Like I'm playing it too safe, and I thought it was cool seeing him like, all right, you know what, drastic changes. I'm leaving my birthday party, getting an alibi for my boy here, taking care of this there, and yeah, I thought that he was 5 head that whole episode though.
And on a side note, real quick though, like in terms of characters, also that guy was kind of weird. That like older dude who would hang out with all the kids. Like,
like I think that was his thing though, because like
I understand like he's a loner, you know, like he was by himself, but he was also a little like.
But I think it's because he was like, socially like
awkward.
I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume, but
I don't know. There was something going on with him.
Yeah. But it was a little, you know, like iffy at first.
Well, yeah, that's why he was such an easy alibi.
Yeah.
Well, like not a he was an easy frame.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, right, so it's like that's a super easy thing because boom.
But he was
that guy's
also
a weirdo. He's hanging out at the park playing with kids, like.
And he was also just such a cool guy though. At the same time, you know, that's what was weird to me. He was so cool, but like the situation of it was like a little weird, you know. But I get where they were coming from.
All right, so now we're gonna kind of clear this up though. But final thoughts on the show and your rating after.
Oh,
Drew, go.
Let's see. So, it was a very interesting show. You know, definitely. It gave me a lot of like kind of sort of Knives Out themes, but you know, of course it was completely different. It was like back in time. It was about kids. Like that whole kid aspect definitely made it interesting because I mean, well, they're kids, you know, they can't exactly defend themselves, you know, as much as they may try. The mom was super cool. Like she definitely was a game changer throughout the entirety of the show. I really like that the show ended on a good note, you know, because I was telling Dom that, like, his first life as opposed to his second one, like, was way different. Like, yes, it sucked that he literally had, like, 15 years of his life, like, just yanked from him. But at the same time,
it's like,
he had a better life. Like, I mean,
those other 15 years.
That's what I was going to say. In his old life, like, he was alone. Like, he was a failed manga writer. He was working at a pizza place.
Lost touch with his friends from
exactly. He wasn't talking to anybody. He was by himself. I mean, his mom wasn't even living with him or anything. Yeah. He was literally all alone, and as opposed to the ending, you know, was completely different.
Yeah, no.
So that was really cool to see. And then, like you said, his character growth was insane. Like he was like this loner who like was quiet, didn't want to talk to anybody,
basically
was very sure. Exactly. Yeah. He didn't want anything to do with the world, pretty much, and it like completely twisted him around, and he had this like awesome new life. So that was a cool redemption arc. Like in my opinion, I would give it like probably a 7.5.
Okay.
Like just because I wish I could give it something higher if it wasn't as obvious. You know, I think the obvious nature of it, like some of the awkward situations were a little pretty uncomfortable, you know. But otherwise, like, such an interesting premise for like a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Very well done in a matter of 4 hours. And it was just, you know, it was pretty cool. Definitely like a solid. I wouldn't rewatch it. You know, that's something else why I rate it so low. But for a good one-time watch, solid. You know, it's definitely solid.
Bush?
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. I'd have to say this being like my third anime watching. I think my third or something like that. I like Demon Slayer more.
And I do agree with him in that aspect.
I like Demon Slayer more, not just because it's action based. I just think it had a little bit more into it. There was more episodes though in Demon Slayer, so I will say that. I do agree with Drew. It being obvious of who it was, I feel as though maybe they could have sold me a little bit more on disguising it as other people. As well as I didn't care for the ending too much. Like the ending kind of bothered me, and I understand like it's a different take, and like he almost died and he went to a coma for 15 years, but I just feel as though on top of him like gaining so much at the end, he also lost a lot, in my opinion. Where I feel as though like when Caillou has a kid with Hiromi, I'm like, yo, what the hell? What is that? Like that? I thought that was.
Couldn't wait for my guy to like wake up,
or at least
at least you put the body on the line.
At least talk to him.
Just put something in the IV. You know?
He literally
like grab some coffee or something.
Put some ecstasy in the IV, and while he's in a coma, there's things they're called coma boners.
Whoa. Is that true?
Science guy.
I don't know. It's from a movie.
Damn.
Dom the science guy. Whoa.
It's actually from. It's from
I gotta go in a coma.
No, I thought that part kind of sucked because I was like, oh man, like
I totally agree.
Like Caillou, like seriously, and then with Hiromi, like I thought Hiromi was a girl for the longest time too. So
yeah,
I was like,
and then
sick.
even though
those two
talked
got
and
together.
Well, I think that's what they mentioned in the show is that. Like even the teacher like mistook him or something for like a girl and like killed him or something.
But then
or
he
did it on purpose, to like make it,
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of I was like, and out of all people, like it couldn't at least be Kenya. Like Kenya was at least like somebody. I thought like a better.
I think that would have been cool.
That would have been cool, I guess.
If it was Kenya after all.
But like,
I would have been low key.
I even had to like take a second and like look up Hiromi again because I was like, oh, you're kind of forgettable. Like what the fuck? And then Caillou just comes out of nowhere. Like she leaves her CPS. Like I think CPS takes her, and then she's like, "All right, thank you so much for saving my life. I'm gonna bang your best friend."
Yeah,
I was like,
"Thank you for saving my life,
man." I was like, "That sucks." And then the part that kind of didn't really like, I knew they were setting the teacher up at the end for sure, like when they're on the roof, and but I just thought it was so weird that like he like falls off the roof. But then there's just like a jumping balloon thing like at the bottom, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I just thought that was so awkward because I was like, oh damn, you know what? Maybe he should have just fucking killed himself. Like, because like I feel as though like he lost like a decent amount too. But I mean, other than that, I think most of it went pretty well. But like I said, it wasn't really my cup of tea. I guess I did enjoy Demon Slayer a little bit more, so I'd probably give that one 6.4.
Okay. Do you think you prefer more the action ones or like story like
from a person that like doesn't dive into like the anime?
That doesn't really watch anime.
Yeah, because this one was more story focused.
Well, like it was that, but it was still nonfiction, but still fiction though because of time traveling stuff.
Yeah. So
it's like.
I don't think it has anything to do with whether it's action or whether it's not. I just didn't like. There was just something about it that just didn't like click as much as it did for like Demon Slayer per se. Because like despite like the action wasn't even the best part for me in Demon Slayer. It was actually more or less of who Tanjiro was
some of the characters,
what he
and,
did,
like, the world building.
Yeah.
The character development.
I mean, and then the ending for sure. I would have given it a much higher score. If like agree with Drew, like if they kind of
less predictable.
Less predictable, and then I thought the ending was kind of like I was like, oh, okay, like. I mean, he should have just stayed in a coma. Like, I mean, that's how.
Damn. All right. Yeah. Wait. Oh well, yeah. It was 6.4.
Yeah, I give it a
All right. So this is the second time around that I've seen this, and the first time I watched it, I was satisfied, but I didn't like think I was gonna like go back to like check it out again. But like, just with this coming up, and I was like, all right, hey.
It was a long time since we've seen it, though.
It's been like 2 years, right?
2-3 years, I think.
Yeah, no. And, so I think the first time around, I think I liked it a lot better. And then this time around, I was kind of like finding all these, like, pieces that I didn't like about it. Because, like, the first time around...
I think I was the same way.
Because I was like, oh my god, this is a great show, great story, blah, blah, blah. Freaking, like, I'm putting this one in like, the 9s, but I don't think I'm going to put it, like... this high.
No, yeah, I don't.
This time around, like
I
think
that high,
I'm gonna go 7.7. 7.7.
Yeah.
But it was really good though. It was a great story. There was like a couple little things of it being too predictable. Like they could have given us like a different like suspect, or like throw in like a kid that was in the class that was also like trying to like kidnap these girls or something. Like that would have been kind of cool to see too.
Yeah, like throw in more like people to
throw in more
focus on.
spice. Just give me more spice. Yeah.
I guess you said too.
In terms of like, well, just on a side note, in terms of like people that could have been the suspect, there really wasn't a lot, you know. And had they expanded that, I think it would have been much more confusing, or like for the audience to be like, well, who is it, you know, and focus on those people more. Because like even when we got into the future, you didn't see that older guy too much, you know, because I mean they were like, well, he's already not the suspect, you know, but it's like, do you though? You know, maybe change the audience's minds harder on that. You know? Yeah. So you know. Okay,
no, I'm thinking that's a good score though too, because I was the same way. Once I first watched the show, I loved it, and I still do love it in most aspects of the show. But in terms of like a mystery, I would have loved to see more people like
being getting
the suspect pool like
giving
a little
us
bigger
or a bigger like pool of suspects.
So with that being said, I'm in the 7s too. I think I'm at like a 7.8. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's it though.
Also, did they
because they made a live action
that girl? Because that guy was like, oh, I put like something in her like IV, like they're gonna like take her in. They didn't even like and I'm sure she was.
I think they did. Didn't they?
No,
I thought they did.
I don't think they did.
At the end,
they might have.
Once they were walking him out through to
maybe.
I think she was okay.
And then I think the other thing that I also noticed too, I thought it was pretty crazy, is at the end, Irie, whatever the hell her damn name is, she comes out again, and then randomly she's like, oh my god, like, it hasn't snowed in Kanto in forever. And I was like, that's fucking Pokemon region. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like,
yo,
what is
Pokemon
this?
Walking around
Wait
over
a minute,
there. Y'all
that's
gotta be
the
careful.
Pokemon. Guys, Pokemon.
Their world just got that much bigger. They are now Pokemon.
I was like, what the But yeah, no.
But that's it? No more questions?
No more questions. Class is over.
All right.
I'm
ready for lunch.
Get the hell out of my class and don't come back. Dom, if you wear those shorts that high again, I'm going to send you to the principal's office.
You have literally shorter shorts than me.
That's true.
And the
But he's a
barcode.
teacher.
But John's over here wearing a skirt.
Yeah, I'm the teacher.
I feel as though all your guys' shorts, even B's shorts, are.
Drew,
I have the longest shorts here.
If you wear a strapless shirt again,
damn, like
I don't want to see those shoulders. I don't want to see those shoulders.
Trying to show off my tits to my crush during recess. I'm gonna share him my cookie and then my cookie.
Your crush is busy running 450 yards and getting 6 touchdowns at recess.
Oh,
He's not looking.
Dude, but by the way, so they do have on a side note, they have a live action Erased.
Yeah,
I saw the first episode.
It looks awful.
It's not good.
any live action. There's another show that's like goated in the anime community. It's called Death Note, and they made one.
It's terrible.
It's the worst.
It's the
piece
worst
of
thing.
Television, cinema, anything.
It was,
anything, but it's the worst thing ever.
So I don't mean this.
And I only watched like two like minutes of it.
I don't mean this in any of a rude or like, you know, in any way at all. But so, you know, any race, you guys watched it in dub, I assume, right?
Yeah, dub.
So the voice actor for the main character, he had a very like low voice, but at the same time very calm. But he spoke English very well, you know, like he spoke it very, very, you know. I mean, he was a voice actor, and so when the live action one came out, it's all like Japanese actors, you know, and so they have everything, you know, Japanese sub. But what they ended up doing in the live action is, even though it's in Japanese, they dubbed over the live action
so the
Japanese.
Words never matched.
But the weirdest part was, it wasn't just that they didn't match, that they were talking, but the voice actor for the main character, he had a relatively heavy like Japanese accent.
But he like tried to do it though.
Yes, and he tried, you know, but he did a good shot. But at the same time, it was weird because in the actual anime, the actual dub was like somebody that, you know, he's an English actor, you know, and it was just weird to hear him like.
That's crazy.
You know,
I didn't know that they would do.
So like, did they like do the movie like twice then?
Yeah. No, it's exactly. You know what's weird?
Studio guest just showed me another terrible live action adaptation, Full Metal Alchemist.
I know about that one.
Anime, I don't know. It just doesn't translate to live action.
It doesn't work. It
does not work.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
and you know what's weird?
Pokemon.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu.
But you know what? It's not an adaptation of the anime. It's its own take.
Yeah.
It's its own
Yeah.
movie, so that's why it lived.
Yeah, but if you
So-
try to do like scene by scene, it's just not gonna work.
It's not gonna
And
work.
that's-
You have to
that's
kind of
exactly-
loosely base it off of.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
exactly how
Anime's,
the
like,
erased stimulus-
Exaggerated
it was exactly
though,
the same.
Yeah.
and it's like very
Everything-
expressive.
With like
But
anime,
it's very
everything is
exaggerated.
super exaggerated, and there's
Dramatic.
a lot of tropes here and there.
Yeah.
With literally them thinking, it's like, oh my god, when I see him do this, I must do this, and so
Yeah.
so it's very exaggerated in that sense. It doesn't translate well to like
Yeah,
a live
it
action.
just
And
doesn't
that's
work.
just the way
And
is.
it makes sense because that was one of the things I said in Demon Slayers. I could use a little bit less dialogue in like fighting scenes and stuff.
Those
like,
are just classic anime
Yeah,
tropes.
yeah.
And,
This is
You
anime
really
like,
get that in everything.
if I can't like really stand it in anime, it probably is not going to do good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's
just
like,
imagine doing that in live action.
because it's got its place though, and just keep it there.
Yeah,
Don't try to like
because we see it
elaborate
too many
and expand.
times. We see it too many times where it goes on a big screen and it just
Yeah.
folds.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely folds.
Yeah.
But
I would love to see it like just work once. Though.
yeah,
I would love to see it work once
for sure.
for Naruto. Oh.
Maybe. Actually, there's some news on that, but it's more like a pipe dream.
But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So that was the end of our homework segment. So
Mm-hmm.
now we're gonna go ahead and get into the newest Bad Batch episode.
With Ricky.
So
Ricky.
and if you guys are listening right now, just so you know, we're gonna get straight into spoilers. It's a weekly show, so
Yeah.
we've been keeping up with it.
Keep it
If
up.
you haven't
Get
been
off
watching
your crazy
it,
pills.
yeah,
and
watch it.
this
Like
show.
it's really good. So this is your spoiler warning right here. Your last one. Skip ahead.
That's right.
But so Bad Batch episode 3, kind of a
Thoughts?
shorty.
Shorter
yeah.
than our
It's
last
about
one.
24
it was
minutes.
27.
And to be honest,
24 with the credits.
felt kind of like a filler.
Yeah,
I'm not
same
gonna
with the
lie
last
to you.
one.
It did.
Exactly.
For it. I didn't hate it obviously, but obviously there's like a filler aspect, and I think they're trying to build to something. Cause Johnny told me that this show's gonna be a 16 episode run.
Yeah.
So
16
Well,
episodes
yeah.
this season. Yeah.
so I think they do have to fill some
Is
space.
it really?
Yeah.
It's not much.
Like I
Oh, wow.
so
I
I
thought it was
saw
gonna
like
be
3
shorter.
articles. 16 episodes. That's what they're going for.
it feels like it's just slowly building things. Like the main thing in this most recent episode was the fact that like between the Kaminoans and the Empire, like tensions are getting higher.
Which is cool, because I actually like that aspect, that we're getting closer to that answer to that question that
Right.
you posed last week.
Yeah, and so I think it's gonna eventually, get into like the fact that the Kaminoans are gonna be, basically gone, or Kamino might be just gone. But I mean, who knows? Like,
Yeah, well, like that's the thing that once I was watching, and once they were kind of diving into that subject, right? I really hope it's a pretty damn good reason why they're gonna like stray away from the whole clone army and stuff like that. Like I hope it's a good reason, because with that test, it was, and if it was anything, it was like a bad reason to like not do clones, because those guys didn't want to freaking like sewer all those like civvies there after they killed the what's that guy's name?
Salger.
Saga.
Yeah, his like whole like rebel
Resistance.
army there. Yeah. So if anything, that like proved against not doing clones. So I hope they give us a good reason of why they like stopped with the clones.
Put a stop to the process.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
no.
The new episode, I thought it was good. I mean, now hearing that it's gonna be 16 episodes, I understand why. Because, like the Mandalorian, when you get a fill in the Mandalorian, you're like, oh fuck me! Like I only have like 6 more episodes. Like,
Yeah.
don't do this again.
Like literally every like second counts. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the Bad Batch, hearing that it's 16, that's a lot. So I understand where it's coming from. So it doesn't really bother me. Also, I feel as though they're trying to build a relationship with Omega, with the Bad Batch before they
Ricky.
get involved in too much now. So I feel as though slowly she's progressing into
I thought it was nice with her whole bedroom thing. I thought it was
Yeah.
cute.
yeah
That was sweet.
yeah with
That was
Rekka.
very, very cute.
Because that was cool with Rekka.
That was very
Wholesome.
wholesome.
Mhm.
Of,
Kawaii.
Ricky.
It was very kawaii.
And I also don't know. I mean, with 16 episodes, like so much can happen now. So like now I have no idea. I did hear a lot. I read a lot too that some people are assuming things such as like maybe a Rex versus Cody standoff, and Rex killing Cody, and
watch
him
it.
having to say like, him basically talking to him, saying like, hey, like this is the chip, this isn't you, blah blah blah. And then when he kills him, like this huge emotional thing happens. And then as well as I think I heard that there might be a possible Vader appearance.
Oh,
a lot. This one guy was saying that he thinks that.
I'm down.
And these aren't like credible. Like these aren't like, oh, I have an insider at Disney
These
Plus.
are theories.
Like, I'm not friends with Mr. Disney, so
we're throwing things into space.
Yeah, and this guy was saying that he feels as though they're gonna capture after they kill Cody, they'll capture Crosshairs, and then Vader will come in and Crosshairs will like sacrifice himself for the batch to let the others escape. It's like this whole thing. Was 16 episodes is a lot. So I mean, and in the trailer,
I hope the story gets that.
In the trailer, I think I saw Obi-Wan in it too. So,
but with that being said, it being a lot, I could totally like see those things going down.
Yeah,
and that gives us enough time for to give us a lot of different things of like what's going on with characters that we've seen in the past.
And just to clarify, like I'm not against 16 episodes because like this is actually like what is that prequel meme? This is a surprise, but like a good one for sure, something like that. Like I love the fact that it's 16 episodes. I mean, the Clone Wars. This is basically almost season 8 of the Clone Wars. This is like the after, and the more I can get, the better.
Yeah, just give me the Clone Brothers. And
once it starts picking up to where episode 1 was, like it's gonna be, in my opinion, possibly one of the best things Disney Plus has ever put out so far. Mm-hmm. And with this, by the way, I think Disney Plus has reached already over 103 million subscribers. So that is
Star Wars and Marvel. That's it. That's all it took.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Are you talking shit about Disney? Huh? Animated movies?
No, they're great, but it's just how many times are you gonna watch them? How many times are you gonna watch them over? Okay. Hey.
Right, with that,
I don't want to step on toes.
I'm actually with you though.
And just
Star Wars and Marvel.
My last little thing on Bad Batch, the only other thing that I really liked about this episode was like it felt like Omega is now like officially part of the team, you know, because she did something in the field, you know, and she helped out getting the capacitor or whatever it was, and so you know she went in there and did stuff.
That like creature thing was cute.
I like that he fed off energy.
Yeah,
that was really interesting because we've never seen a creature that does that in that world. So it was super super cool.
And then how he like pounced at that flashlight like it was a freaking biscuit. Give me that flashlight.
Yeah. But other than that, anybody else have anything to say on Bad Batch?
Oh, Crosshairs and that like team that he led, they got a little dark.
And we also have to bring.
They went firing squad on those.
They also,
they went firing squad on those.
And then
those civilians.
Visually, this episode was like dark, like.
It was very dark.
Yeah. They didn't explicitly say it, but like it was clearly that Crosshair's chip has also been like amplified, you know, they readjusted it, so he's like in. But there was there was a big talk about like we don't leave, you know, anybody behind, but you know it's him, so like we need to bring him back. So I think that's gonna be huge, like the fact that they're gonna bring him back.
I thought that they were also hinting at that too.
From both ends though, like it was from inside the ship when they said that, and then when Crosshair comes back from the mission and he's like in their like locker room or whatever, and he sees all their beds, he's like he just kind of sits there.
And then
Even complimenting that when she's like, "Oh, is it in here?" and the record's like, "Oh, that was Crosshairs."
Yeah, right.
Like, or Hunter and Record, and it's like, "Oh, you could tell."
I could see Crosshair coming back to the squad around episod 8, 9.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not gonna be right away.
No, yeah, I could see it happening past 8 for sure, and then probably going against another big baddie.
I have this
hopefully Vader.
I have this weird feeling that like it's gonna lead to something like that, but Crosshair is gonna save them. He's gonna like step in between, like, well, he's like those are his friends, and then he's gonna die. Like Crosshair is just gonna
I could see Crosshair getting to like a point that's too far for him to like come back. If that makes sense.
But also because I feel like the Bad Batch is like gonna like keep becoming like this bigger like threat, and then that's when they call in Vader.
Imagine to like deal with him.
Crosshairs like
steps in, right?
Puts him up like in between them, and then the Bad Batch gets away.
But the question is, do you think they're a big enough threat that Vader would have to step in?
I think
they can be.
I think also with the situation at hand, so like if they are tasked with saving Grogu, maybe the Emperor knows about Grogu or something. Maybe he wants it first, and the Bad Batch is the one to save him. So I could see why he would.
So like.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Omega, she could be Force sensitive.
Yeah.
So
I really
so
hope
true.
so. That'd be sick.
That'd be sick.
I'm like still holding out that she is Force sensitive and she's just a little clone.
Nick
Jedi.
really thinks
I really
it's
hope
true.
so.
I think Nick was saying something like with the creation of her, they also injected like Palpatine's blood, so he feels as though she might be a relative to Rey in the future.
Everyone's
everyone's
just like
a
related to
Palpatine.
Palpatine, huh?
Yeah.
Everyone's a Palpatine.
I feel like there's
Plus a Skywalker.
And a Skywalker.
Nice.
Hey, what's your
Well,
name?
I think Rey was the only one related to Palpatine.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
Omega
I don't know. There's like a lot of.
I think Rey was the
Skywalker.
only other one related to Palpatine. I think.
I mean,
right?
just if Omega's got his blood though, there's some relation there.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like that's too off the deep end. I think that's too far gone.
I don't think it's too
But
far gone,
I
seeing
like
that
the
we still
theory,
have
though.
16 episodes.
That's
but
cool.
I think anything's on the table at this point. I think like anything could happen. Because I mean,
Wait, at what point are we giving up hope that we'll see Grogu mission like with the Bad Batch?
I want to say.
Are we
episode,
if we don't see anything past 10? You think
That's what I was gonna
it's
say,
just
10.
done?
10
That's
is
all
my
right.
around
Grogu's
there, yeah.
not.
the second I don't see
Not
anything
gonna-
at 10 or like beforehand, I think no, there's no way.
I'm gonna just call my shot. I'm gonna go like episode 13.
I
Diamond
can
Hands.
definitely see that
Diamond
because
Hands. I'm gonna hold on to this episode.
if you look at the
Got my
last
diamond hands on that theory.
if you look at the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, those last 4 episodes are very detailed and in depth, and I could see them getting like a last second mission, saying like
Oh, sorry, go. Sorry.
no, yeah, saying like last second like, oh, this is a transmission from like someone like there's a special asset, and then the next 4 episodes is them getting to that.
And
that
then it's just
asset.
Grogu.
Just Grogu's complete like one biting a frog. He's just like.
You have to save this prophecy child. Look at him.
He's just like,
Yeah, no, and he's got like a piece of frog hanging out.
Yeah, he has like a frog leg that he's just like slurping up like a noodle.
All right, but anything else on Bad Batch?
No, I think that covers
I think
it.
that's pretty much it.
All right,
decent
so
episode.
like I said, we will be covering Bad Batch every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, watch it, along with us because we're gonna talk about
Don't be a
it.
butthead, bro.
It's gonna be here for the
Don't be
next
butthead.
Keep
What?
up with it. Don't be a butthead.
And so on a side note,
13 weeks.
so just like we started off the podcast we've been doing lately, and we will continue to do Pokemon openings, but we're gonna talk about, and this isn't a yay or nay or anything just yet.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit of news that's been going on in terms of Pokemon card in the Pokemon card world. So a big spot for people that buy cards is Target. Target,
I know about
Walmart,
Target, Walmart.
Where else?
I've bought a couple tins like from Target,
Yeah.
GameStop.
The
Target,
Walmart,
Walmart,
yeah, all the
GameStop,
cards.
Yeah, Best Buy has
Thinky.
also. Thinky.
Yeah,
Like all those
exactly.
places.
So,
But the big places are Target and Walmart. They
Yeah,
get the
easily,
most.
yeah.
Like cards,
They get the biggest
ETBs,
quantities.
booster boxes, all that stuff.
right, and so there was an issue recently that happened at a Target. I think it was in Michigan. I think is where
I think it
it
might
said
have
it
been
was,
Minnesota.
or Minnesota.
Are
Yeah,
they supposed to
something
be
like that.
nice there?
Right?
Right?
Mm.
They're like close to Canada. I thought they were all supposed to be super nice.
I don't know, but so I'm gonna go ahead and there's an article that just happened, and I just want to read this real quick. So Target has announced that it will temporarily stop selling trading cards, not just Pokemon, but sports cards as well. But Pokemon are pulled into there. They're gonna stop, temporarily selling them due to a recent violent dispute at one of its locations. And what happened exactly was last week. Oh, and it was in Wisconsin.
Oh, there you go.
It was in
Somewhere.
Wisconsin.
Jeez.
A Target in Wisconsin was locked down after a man was physically assaulted by 4 others over sports trading cards.
Whoa.
So-
So they weren't even Pokemon cards.
Exactly. And so
Wow.
because of that, everything, MLB cards, NFL cards, NBA cards, and Pokemon cards will be pulled off the shelves at Targets.
Damn.
So what do you guys think about that?
All right. Well, I have a couple thoughts on this. I think, first of all, they're cards. Chill out,
Oh, yeah,
okay?
chill out.
Like, there's no reason to go punch a dude in the face because he got there at 6 in the morning and you got there at 6:15 in the morning. It's like, I think people that react that way for not getting a box or for not getting this. Trust me, and I hate when I show up to a Walmart and there's nothing there because I don't know these times when places get
Or
it.
the time that we pass a guy that's got 4 of those.
ETBs.
Yeah. Of like those big ass like packs with like 10 packs of cards in them. Guy's got 4 of them, and he's like going to go and like buy them pretty much. But it's not like something to be like, all right, well, dude, that guy took all the cards. Time to give him a beatdown or something.
I think the action was terrible, right? I think 4 dudes just beating up on a guy because he had cards. I think that's messed up. But it's just like, I can see why Target reacted and gave the response that they did. Because it's like, dude, like a guy is getting assaulted because of this.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, no more cards for everybody. So I want to say to those 4 guys, what the hell? We are anti-you. And, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Definitely going to put our foot down on this podcast and be against those 4 dudes.
Honestly, those 4 guys are probably just as bad, if not worse, than the other BuzzBoys account.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
Dude,
You know
what?
I
bet those guys
probably run the BuzzBoys
Maybe they
account.
are them.
No, you know what, dude? I think they are.
Hey,
And they probably play... No, never mind.
They probably play FIFA too.
I don't want to pull FIFA people into this. I know that they're crazy. So
Maybe they
I
were
don't-
just pissed because it was just
I don't wanna
MLB
mess
and
with
NFL. They were looking for FIFA cards.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
that's
That's
exactly
what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Because they couldn't find a Messi, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ronaldo.
find a Lionel Messi?
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Or a freaking Ronaldo?
Do they even sell?
Cristiano?
Do they even sell
Cristiano?
soccer
Really?
cards?
No.
They did this for Cristiano?
They did this for Cristiano?
I thought
Sorry.
this was funny though, because the statement that Target put out was we would no longer sell Pokemon cards, NBA, MLB, or NFL, and I was like, damn, NHL, come on, guys, like, get bigger, like
NHL
please.
has cards.
Yeah,
NBA
I
cards
I
are
know
like
that.
going
buy them
crazy
for Nick.
though.
See, but the reason
NBA
why
cards go crazy.
for a little, because a lot of people are probably confused as to
NBA
like
and football.
like why the hell like were they fighting over sports cards? If you get like a lot of these quote unquote grails, which are like rookie cards, so if you manage to get like a rookie card of somebody that's very popular, you can get a lot of money for it, and I feel as though that's probably what happened. Everybody's just looking for these cards, especially like LeBron James and all that, because I think they were fighting over NBA, if I'm exact. So I mean, like those cards are starting to make like a weird comeback as well. But I mean, yeah, to fight, I would have to know the situation.
Relax.
I would definitely have to know the situation too. Like maybe those 4 dudes had cards, and maybe that guy came in and like snagged one from
Yeah,
them.
obviously there is some more context.
Because let's
right?
say us 4 were in like Target, and we each had a 10, and some guy comes in and just snatches it. Yo, I'll fuck that guy up.
It's like
At that point, it's hands on deck.
Well, that's
yeah.
all right.
Don't be
That's
taking
at
mine.
that point, dude.
Yeah.
I'm scrapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't be touching my cards.
And that's where like I would like to hear the context. I want to know exactly what happened. Also, it said he was physically assaulted. I want to know what they did. Did they sock this guy? Did they
just pushed him?
They push him or something? But I mean, I guess good for Target, because I guess it's Target's way of saying like yes, like that is part of a huge like economy. But I mean, and yes, Pokemon cards are kind of like for children a little bit, but they are branching out to more of like a value thing.
It's a collector's item. Like,
Yeah.
At this point.
But they're aimed towards children.
Yeah.
But it's how them saying, well, don't act like children. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because just if you're gonna collect them, don't be a kid.
Mhm.
They're for kids. Don't be one.
Don't be one, yeah.
Well, like
You
that,
can collect them. It's cool. That's fine. Just don't punch
I
somebody.
think with Target's response, all right, yeah, like clean slate temporarily, but maybe come out with a better way to like hand out cards. The way they do it at most places is like, boom, all these boxes, all these valuable things. Because I know that the sports cards do like the boxes too. It's like where there's 10
Yeah.
packs, like so and so promo card is in there.
Mhm.
So it's pretty similar to Pokemon. But with that, I don't really know the sports like cards kind of like style of like boxes and however all that stuff works. But all I know is that sports cards though are like probably 5 times more valuable than what we deal with like Pokemon cards, because like a rookie card that you come across, boom, off the gate,
There was
5,000, 10,000.
Gianna's card that's like going for like $1,000 or something.
Yeah, and it's and that's just one that came out now. It's not even like
I don't
a
even think
rookie.
that's it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's like a secret rare or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But
Yeah.
like that's
But-
according to like
but-
the Pokemon standards.
Back to the main point here. I think after this temporary like slap on the wrist and like, all right, everyone's in timeout, no more cards.
Mm-hmm.
They have to come up with a way that it's a little bit safer to like give out these cards, and then when they do these restocks,
like maybe like a line system, like 2 per person or like 1 per person.
A limit too, yeah.
Yeah, could you see these like scumbag scalpers coming in, taking 5-6 boxes at a time? They're not buying it for the joy of just like opening cards, or finding this card,
finding
hunting this
like
card.
a insane card or something.
Yeah.
They're not doing it for that. Like
no,
they're taking these and like they're putting these on like different kind of websites.
Yeah,
they're
selling
trying
it
to
for
get their
double.
money.
A lot of these boxes, they can just sell them for double. That's it. So I think Target, when this temporary thing's over, they have to come back with a more efficient way, safer way to like give out these cards.
Yeah, kind of like how they do with electronics, so they just kind of have them behind a thing, and if you want them, someone comes in.
Exactly. Maybe it's that.
Sense.
Like lock them up. Lock them up or something.
But that is another like good point too, saying like I don't understand like why didn't they have limits to these things? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
it makes no sense.
I mean, and they do kind of just like stack them there. Like when I went to Target to buy Nick all of his NHL cards, which by the way are fucking expensive. Holy shit!
It is a pricey. Yeah.
I dropped like $80 that day.
Dang.
And I was like, what? This is 2 packs, like, and a binder. And it was like I didn't even know they were there because like on like one shelf they're like all hanging, and then like on this side shelf they were like all just there. So I was about to just leave and go to Walmart, and then I noticed some kid was like oh like Dad, I want this, I want this, like I want to get like cards, and I was like, what the hell? And I turned around, I saw them all there, and it was just like this massive mix of like everything. Like everything was just randomly stacked there on these shelves, and it was so disorganized. It was kind of unprofessional for, like in my opinion, for Target for being such a big company. But I think it would be smart if they fixed it. I also think comic book shops got to start selling them. That would be pretty cool if they can regulate them. I wish Mayhem would come back.
R.I.P. Mayhem, dude.
But
I feel like they would be huge in like the card game, right? But I think they would be like reselling them. Though.
But it's like insane
because you have to like be a
like,
vendor.
To like be a Pokemon vendor, it's like insane to get that title.
Yeah.
Like being a store.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's all these big
Pokemon vendors.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
thing.
why
Like,
it's all these like big box stores of like
so like
Target,
once
Walmart.
a month, yeah.
Costco's got them too.
Once a month, like a Pokemon vendor will like come in and then drop the cards off and stuff like that. But I know it's the same thing for like basketball cards, football, like all the sports ones too. Like there's a vendor. Like it's not Walmart that's putting them out. It's someone coming in from the actual company and like dropping them off, like doing their stops and everything.
Yeah. And that's what I think. Like I guess we'll just leave it off here. Is like, man, let's be honest. Like, quit being a douchebag about this. Like, we see this a lot, especially when COVID happens, especially when the new consoles drop. You can't even get Xbox or PS5. Like, that's ridiculous. So like, let's stop acting like children. Let's stop sponging out on this. And hey, if somebody grabs a pair of cards and you're too late, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Like, this too bad. Just
bad,
go home,
so
hope for next time, because you know what? Like, this is a capitalist economy. It's first come, first served. You have the money, you got it. You don't. And then that's how it works. That's how it works. But there's no special
and it's weird. Speaking of which, I mean, on a side note, apparently Best Buy kind of skimped out on their PS5 orders. Like, so a lot of people were enraged because like they left it at a cap, and as opposed to ordering more than they should, you know, or like overstocking. And a lot of people are pretty pissed. They're like, dude, like, there's still so many people that don't have PS5s that want PS5s, or, you know, shit like that, or Series X's.
It's like,
and
dude,
just
like,
come
we're
on.
in May now.
And especially,
we're in May, and we're still
Didn't
doing
those
this
things come out in like
February.
December?
February
It
or
was-
January.
I feel like I don't even know.
I think it was way before that.
Oh no!
Well, you can pre-order them. You can pre-order them at
I
one
think it was
point.
in
I think it was
November.
it was last year though.
Oh yeah,
because
because
it was holiday season.
I think it was Spider-Man dropped. I
Yeah.
think on like Thanksgiving or some bullshit.
And the thing that's like kind of like freaking people out is that the more and more games that come out, they're not going to be for old consoles, old gen. They might just be for new gens. And the fact that somebody like that dude on the Yankees that decided to use a bot to buy his PS5 because he's got the money for it, snagged 3 of them like nothing. Like nothing. And he's not playing 3 PS5s.
Can we shout that guy out?
Yeah, Clint Frazier, go for it.
Yeah,
Clint Frazier, thanks a lot for that.
Clint Frazier, really?
And you know what? He gave away to his friends. He gave away to his friends, which is cool. But the thing that's upsetting is that there's so many people out there that work to the bone to make some kind of money, and they want to come home and play this PS5. But you're in the MLB. Like, you're making millions of dollars.
Buy it on resale. Like,
Buy it on resale. You can literally buy
it on StockX for
exactly
like $1,000, dude. Like, really?
Literally, yeah, literally. Like, and I'm like,
why are
dude,
you using a bot?
let's
And like, if you want 3 of them, just buy 3 of them but like for $1,000, okay?
Because you can afford it, but there's a lot of people out here, i.e. me, that I'm not buying an Xbox Series X for anything over than what it should be.
Exactly.
Because there's no reason for it.
Year.
I will wait a year. I will wait
just
a year.
so I don't have to like pay $1,000.
I will gladly spend money playing for our adult hockey league because I think that went up a little bit.
Yeah.
Shout out
Then,
Bird Strikes.
and
Bird Strikes.
I'll wait
Champions.
on it. I'll wait on it because like I said, this is bullshit. And the way people are doing things, it's real childish. So kudos for Target for putting your foot down because there's a lot of children out here that are not.
But
following
also,
rules.
like come back with like a better
System,
solution, or
exactly.
like put the days out of like, okay, every Friday we're just gonna put a couple items out, and it's first come first serve, but it's in a line, and it's like if you get there
honestly,
at 6, and if like being the first one there gets you a box, one box, that's it, or like one like type of item. That's it.
And then that just kind of just like tests like, okay, like if this guy's gonna wait 5 hours before like 5 in the afternoon, like if this guy gets there at 12 and he spends 5 hours there just to get one box, dude, give that guy his box. You know, like he wants it.
Not only that, but maybe even don't put out your whole stock, like because some people do have like jobs that are real early and they might miss out on it. So hey, maybe put out 1/3 of your stock in the morning, the next third in the afternoon, the next third at night, and then have it closed down by like 10 when the closing. Maybe do something like that. But I mean, the fact that it's had to come down to this is ridiculous. But
I think he's putting a bad name out there for guys like me.
But so
collectors.
last words on it. Just like guys, if you're collecting, chill out. Like everybody's trying to get cards. Like. Behave yourselves because you're gonna ruin
beating
it.
people up for cards.
You're gonna just like what happened at Target. You're gonna ruin it for everybody else. So just like, come on, keep it together. Look for a different store.
All right. So on the flip side, because Target is like pulling their cards, the people that already have the cards, their stock's going up.
Stonks.
Pokemon stonks are going up.
Stonks.
But also, don't punch a dude for cards because they're just cards.
Again, behave yourselves. So. Now at this point we're going to go ahead and get into our yay or nay news. We got a lot of news that was hitting up this week that's going on. We're going to start off. We got a motion poster for Snake Eyes, who is a character in G.I. Joe.
G.I. Hose?
He's the evil character, right?
That too. No, he's a good guy.
Snake
Eyes is a good guy.
The
white one.
The
guy in the white one was the bad
Storm
guy.
Shadow.
Storm Shadow.
Oh yeah.
Not a big deal.
What do you guys think of that? Yay or nay? Seeing the guy. What do you think?
Nay. I need to see a trailer, and I think the trailer's gonna drop on Sunday.
Okay.
So we'll see. But right now, nay. I don't care about no poster. Come on. I need to see a trailer.
I'm gonna go. Schmeh.
Okay.
Just because I'm down bad for this character.
Snake Eyes, yeah.
Snake Eyes.
Freaking love Snake Eyes.
He's very cool.
He's very cool looking.
Very cool.
He's literally just so cool looking.
Yeah.
It's just interesting, cool looking. Yeah. I don't know. Like on a side note, I don't know how I feel about this like motion trailer sort of trend
like poster?
now. Or poster. This motion poster. Because they've done this with now Sonic. They've done this with Flash. And now they're doing it here as well. We don't see a lot.
It's like a biscuit. I feel like I'm like a horse on a treadmill, and sometimes like a little carrot for me.
Yeah.
Like come on,
no, that was a little carrot.
I need the tracks.
And it's gonna be I'm gonna give it a shmee for me. Okay. Like because I don't know him. He looks cool, but the motion it's just a motion poster, so
Yeah, same. I'll give it like a in between a yay and a nay. It's like a shmee. I mean, I'm not huge on G.I. Joe. Never really was, but I did have action figures, and Snake Eyes was one of them. I thought he was really, really cool.
I feel like everyone has Snake Eyes action figure.
I mean, I think I remember watching part of like the TV show, and he was always like a cool character. I mean, he was very like mysterious to me and everything. So, and I don't know what the deal was between him and Storm Shadow, but I mean. The way they fight in like the TV shows and all that, like when I was smaller, I feel as though they could put something together. So I'm giving it a shmee in terms of if it's horrible, I wouldn't care because I don't really watch G.I. Joe, but I think it has a high ceiling. So I think it could do pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, why do we keep trying to like bring G.I. Joes back?
Yeah, right.
Because like,
because they made 2, right?
didn't
Yeah,
they make
2.
like 2 movies?
Are these going to be involved in those or no? Because those came out so
I think
long
it's gonna
ago.
be.
I think
like,
Channing Tatum was in one of them.
This
no?
one's
Yeah.
its own solo.
I think The Rock was in one of them too.
Yeah.
That was like during I think his like probably like 4 years of just being in like every single movie
and just playing the same.
yeah,
same
and just playing the
person.
same person
Yeah.
and like the same character.
Or just being like a superhuman in every
Yeah.
movie.
But I don't know, man.
Schmee as well. All right, well that's pretty much a schmee for everybody. I feel like. So our next piece of news, we're gonna talk about Army of the Dead. It's been dropping trailers. It's Zack Snyder's latest film. It's how do I explain the premise? It's essentially about like an ex-army vet, like insane, like special ops sort of guy working at a restaurant. He gets called up for a special assignment to go to Las Vegas. I believe it's Las Vegas or some sort of city, in which to retrieve an item. It is yet to be confirmed. But the catch is, the whole place is filled with zombies. Starring main role Dave Bautista. Bautista is our main character. He is our army man. He is our main character. There's a lot of different sort of new faces that aren't really familiar as well as in the movie, but of course it's Dave Bautista. So it's interesting to see in the trailer they show him like basically jumping across slot machines, like kicking zombies in the face and like doing that kind of stuff. The zombies are definitely styled kind of like what's it called? World War Z, I think.
Okay, so
they're kind of fast. Yeah, they're real fast.
Don't give me that.
They're kind of similar to that.
I need like Walking Dead zombies.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? Yay or nay?
Yay. I like Dave Bautista. I want to see him Bautista bomb a zombie, and I think it's cool like the setting with Vegas. I think that's cool.
Yeah, no, like there's something about like big cities and then a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
So
that I'm just down bad for. Big yay. Yeah.
It's a big yay. It's actually for me. It's like a scared. I'm kind of like it's a nervous yay. It's like, oh man, I don't know. Yay, I guess because I haven't seen Dave Bautista lead anything. In my opinion, he's a great side guy. But I haven't seen anything in him where I'm like, yeah, I need a movie with him. I mean, I get it. It's going to be action because similar to, like, The Rock, in my opinion, he does great in, like, these action kind of things. But the only other movie I think I even remember seeing him in was Stuber.
Yeah, I saw that movie, too.
I didn't even see him. I didn't even see that movie.
And I was going to say,
that was actually, like, pretty funny, though.
It was funny, but at the same time, his character was, like... that movie, in general, was very forgettable.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I feel like I want to see Dave Bautista in a big, memorable role that, matters, that's heavy. And I just want to see his acting chops be tested.
That's what I was saying. Kind of complimenting from what we said earlier is I hope he doesn't become a John Cena, The Rock 2.0, where it's like he's really just good in these action kind of things, and like that's like the basis of the movie. Like for example, like Mark Wahlberg, he's been in everything: action, comedy, romance, like serious things.
That fool's acting chops have been tested.
Acting chops have been tested, and he's delivered. I don't feel as though I haven't seen that with The Rock, because it's either some funny action movie or it's some serious action movie, like
or he's like
Fast
making
9.
fun of like Kevin Hart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of a nervous yay for me. I hope the guy does good, but we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah. And for me, I think I'm gonna give it a yay, because I feel like more than anything. So one old series, I don't know if you guys have played it before on the Xbox, but I really, really love this series, which is called Dead Rising.
Oh, no.
I love Dead Rising. Dead Rising 1 and 2. And so it very much gives me the vibes of Dead Rising 2, where it's like a casino. It's very, there's just an absolute ton of zombies. And just going to town with different stuff, whatever they find, it gives me that vibe, and I like it a lot. So I'm really excited to see that on, and more than anything, I want to see this one in theaters, to be honest. I actually want to see this one there. So I think it's a yay for me, to be honest.
That's what I was thinking about too, but I totally forgot the name of that game.
We haven't had a kind of like a zombie movie in a good minute, so at least one that I can remember.
And I'm due for a good one. I'm
due
for a good zombie.
I don't want this
I think that's why I'm excited.
Because nobody really even talked about Zombieland 2.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch it.
Exactly.
And I actually really liked the first one, by the way.
Exactly.
I just didn't go see it.
So all right. So that was on Army of the Dead. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into our next little bit of news. So Knives Out 2 has been coming out with a lot of news lately. There's been a lot of stuff that's been going on. Mainly, I want to say primarily in terms of who's going to be casted. So far earlier, during these past couple of weeks, we got Dave Bautista.
Got it. Yeah.
We also got
He's back.
Edward Norton.
I love
he
that.
will be
I
he
love
will
that.
be in that. And the most recent piece of news. Oh, we also got somebody named, I don't know who this is, but it's Janelle Monáe. Do you guys happen to know that as?
Oh
Can I
yeah.
see a face?
Yeah.
Is it Monet?
She's was she
No.
in?
Okay.
Mona.
Chanel Monet.
She's a singer. I
Janelle.
think.
Fire
It's
name.
Janelle.
Oh
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
a
singer. That's right.
She's a singer.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right,
correct. She
She's
will
singing.
be in that. But the
I don't know how I
most
knew that. Not a big deal.
well,
I knew it.
you're cultured. Well
Yeah,
done.
Cultured guy.
And but the most recent piece of news is that Catherine Han, who was the antagonist in WandaVision,
I love that too.
knows it all. She's they just announced that she will be in the movie as well.
Mhm.
So far, I just want to say, for me, yay, dude! Like, she was solid in WandaVision.
Yeah.
So far, the cast that we're getting gets me super excited for this movie. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
I also
you know?
want to say that we kind of called it because we said it's like, oh, that big budget. All right,
It's going
yeah,
straight for people.
it is
It's
going to
gonna
go
go
straight
to
for
the
people
actors,
and
yeah.
like the landscape.
And
So,
I like, by the way, what
'cause
they're
that budget is huge.
Yeah.
the people that they're casting
Huge.
right now. It's very
I think it's balanced.
it's very
think
different.
it's
You know, it's
Mhm.
very all over the place, and I like that. You
Mhm.
know, I like that it's very unique. It's
I,
cool.
I,
It's
I
a
just,
big
I
yay.
just,
Big
I
yay
just
for
like
me.
the balance of different personalities and then people that you're bringing into this like
Mm-hmm.
mystery type roles.
Mhm.
But yeah, obviously for sure.
I mean, it's a yay. I just hope it delivers as much as we're all hoping, because the first one was good, and like, let's be honest, like, Dwayne Johnson's got some bad blood with us from Star Wars.
Yes, he does.
He does.
So, but you know what he did? I mean, I wouldn't say totally redeemed himself, but he did put out a good movie with Knives Out. It was actually a great movie.
Mhm.
And it had a great cast to it there, so I'm excited to see what he's got to work with here and what he does with it. And, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be better than the first, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really, really good. Because the first one was, like, up there. So, it's a yay for me. I just hoping he really delivers on this one, or else I'm going to go back to hating him.
Mhm. Yeah,
true.
same.
No, yeah, same. I think
I'm like totally
I'm
on
the
that
same
boat.
boat.
I am giving him a very short leash on this one.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a yay for me. But how about we do this? How about we guess the next person that's going to be casted?
Ooh,
Because
I like
it
that.
could be anybody.
Sebastian
like-
Stan.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
Okay.
my next one that I think is gonna go in there.
You go first. Let me think.
Oh, Jesus.
You
Uh,
go first.
Sebastian Stan.
I'll go next.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Mackie.
Just gonna go with the
Just-
Marvel
just-
poll.
just Captain.
So what Marvel character do you think's gonna be casted then?
Robert Downey Jr. Obviously.
Oh, do you
No.
imagine?
That would be kind of sick. though.
ODJ.
He'd be good in the third one.
I
as,
could,
like, the villain.
I could see him being in like the third one.
He'd be
And-
good as,
and,
like-
being like the killer.
Or
Yeah, but, like, being known as the
George-
killer.
Or George Clooney.
Oh, I could see that. Like
I could see him
bring
being
back-
in like a movie like
I
this.
think
Yeah.
I think he's too expensive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude,
They have
they
a
have
lot
a
of
budget.
money.
They
They
have
have
a
a
big
budget.
They have
They
a
have
big
a lot of
budget,
money.
and I don't think they're paying Dave Bautista a bunch of money. So.
But I mean, Dave Bautista, he's not an A-lister, you know.
No,
he's
no,
probably
yeah.
like a
Yeah,
BC
exactly.
lister. So like so far, everybody on here is like around that range. so
But
that's
I
what
think
I'm
we're
saying.
waiting
It's
for a
like-
big A-lister.
Yeah.
Crash the
I would
party.
not
You
be
think
surprised
so?
with a George Clooney appearance with his beard that he's been going with. Kind of sick.
Yeah, it is kind of sick.
I want to say, who played Falcon in what's his name in Spider-Man?
Anthony Mackie?
No.
No.
No. I mean Vulture. Sorry, Vulture.
Oh,
Vulture. Who played Vulture? The old man.
What's his name?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
That'd be cool.
Ooh, that'd be good too.
That'd be cool,
calling him
too.
I
Michael
would like
Keaton.
that.
I would like
Okay.
to see him in
Yeah.
this type of role.
I'm gonna go out of left field here, and I'm gonna go with Chloe Grace Moritz.
Who the?
Who's that?
Oh,
That's
she was a
that's a
girl
fun
in
one.
Kick-Ass.
Yes,
Was she?
she was
Yeah.
a girl in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
She was in like Neighbors 2. I'm gonna go with her.
Oh, she's the
Okay.
one in Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Chloe Grace Moritz. I'm gonna go with her.
That's a good one.
We've all said
Yeah,
That'd
guys,
be cool.
so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
go
good
with the
one.
girl. I'm gonna go with the
I
girl.
could see that.
I'm gonna go with the girl.
Awesome. All right, so everyone's pretty much a yay on that one.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So next piece of news, we got a little bit of a tease, another tease. So we talked about Zack Snyder's new movie, Army of the Dead, but little did we know, in Justice League we were actually supposed to see GL, one of the GLs,
I'd have been
Green
down for
Lantern,
Green Lantern. Yeah.
and not just any Green Lantern, Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
Which is
great-
honestly
a great lantern.
my favorite,
He's a
to be honest.
great
My
lantern.
personal favorite.
Yeah.
I really like Jon Stewart.
He's a
Sick.
great lantern.
Like Ryan
So
Reynolds.
Mine is Kyle Rayner for sure.
Yeah,
but-
same.
Kylo
John-
Ren is a
John-
great
I
one, too.
like Jon Stewart
Kylo
a
Ren is a
lot.
great one.
Mhm.
To be
Did
honest,
you say Kylo Ren?
No, I said Kyle Rayner like you did.
No, you said
Kylo Ren?
Accusation.
Dark
I don't
Side?
like him.
like both.
J'accuse.
But so apparently this isn't like a future thing. This was cut out from Justice League.
Right, this was cut out.
Because I believe the only scene we had with the Lantern is when he dies, like a minute into that great fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. Yeah, no, I think it would have been great to put it. I mean, you made a 4-hour movie. What's another 4 hours and 5 minutes?
And
You know,
so,
no, that's all I'm saying is like it would have been nice to see some, even just a teaser, like
I would have been so down for that. Just
Yeah.
give me like an extra 5 minutes. Like the movie's already 4-something hours. So, like,
and it would have been nice to be like
Why not?
them be like, hey, oh by the way, like that was only Steppenwolf. Like we still got to take care of like Darkseid and all that. And then like Wonder Woman just being like, hey Bruce, like so do you have any plans? Like I mean we do have a team, and he thinks like, oh I got a new hitter that could be a heavy hitter for us, and it's just like the Lantern symbol or whatever. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how to say yay or nay for me, because like yay for Green Lantern, but nay for cutting him out.
All right,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
question: who do we think kept this from going down? Do we think
Warner Bros.
them or the director?
I think it was Warner Bros. Because I think Zack Snyder's saying, dude, I'm pulling out all the stops here. All my ammunition is in this cannon.
well, dude,
And like that's where like I'm
It's-
like
it's
turning
always
around
WB.
for this guy
It's always
because
WB.
like at first like 4 years ago, totally against this dude, but then with all these different things coming out about this studio,
this studio
they piss me
sucks,
off.
dude.
They suck.
This
They
studio
just suck.
sucks.
What is
Warner
what
Bros.
is-
sucks.
You said his name
Yeah.
is Jon Stewart.
Yeah, that was.
What
that
does he
was the
look
Lion
like?
King.
What is?
He is
like basically the only black Green Lantern that like we see. Well, he's in the Justice League animated.
Yeah.
Who was playing him? Do you know?
It was a man.
John Boyega.
No.
Not Chrome Dome.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Oh my god.
That would be so funny.
That
No,
would
so
be
it
sick,
was
dude.
actually somebody.
I'd be so down for
It's
it.
actually a very like sort of unknown actor. If I were to say his name is Wayne T. Carr. That's who it was, and so
That guy was getting fan casted hard, actually.
so
Like during like the build up of Justice League.
yeah. So I just want to give it a yay, but so I also want to get into our next piece because this goes intertwined with this. So he was supposed to appear in the Snyderverse. Like this was a thing. Like he was already pretty much cast. He was in, like, and he looks good in the suit. He looks
great
pretty
casting,
solid.
though.
Yeah.
Like,
But
yeah,
so
great casting.
there was another piece of news that turns out that Warner Brothers is not looking to continue the Snyderverse, which
Of course you're not.
I just want to come out the gate. What is happening at Warner Brothers right now?
Listeners, what did we talk about? What, like 5 weeks ago?
It's
like, don't give us all this hope. Snyderverse, we're all here for it. We were all here for it after watching
That is-
Justice League.
That
But
is
look
what
at this
these
news that we get.
fans
Yeah.
like fought for like the last 4 years of
Yeah.
just typing on their keyboards. Give us a cut. Give us a cut for 4 years. For 4 years, and I was against it, but they finally gave it to us, and it's great.
Yeah.
And I want to see more. And then we're not gonna get any more.
We're not getting
Thanks,
any more.
thanks Warner Bros. You
Yeah,
scumbag.
That's sick, man.
Yeah, this obviously has to
Sick,
stem
bro.
from also them saying pretty much booting Henry Cavill out of the whole like thing. So I just think
These guys, man.
I think that Warner Bros is cutting ties with people. I mean, who knows who's going to be next? Maybe Gal Gadot's next. Maybe somebody else is next. I think they're cutting ties, and I think they're moving into like a weird like clean slate kind of phase. So I can see why Henry Cavill's been cut out now while he's not talking to him. I can see why they cut out Zack Snyder, because maybe they were hoping Zack Snyder for whatever reason would flop, and then that would be the end of it. But now that he's got something going for him, they're like, all right, now we gotta cut these ties. And just in my opinion, it's just going in the wrong direction. What are we gonna I mean, I guess if you want to restart, go for it. But I mean, you already have pieces in front of you that seem to be working. So whatever they're gonna do now, it better be good, or else DC's done forever. Just stay in animated series, stay video games, stay comics, but movies, I don't want to see you on the big screen anymore if you mess this up.
Do the standalones though.
Yeah,
That's your bread and butter.
yeah.
Don't like try to create this foundation for
Yeah.
like a continued like
World and universe.
It's
and
like
Real
at this
world or
point,
universe.
at
It's
this
like-
point, just give it up because you can't. With the decisions that are happening in those offices, where we see the higher ups, the CEOs, the investors, everybody else, dude, they're just making absolutely trash
Yeah.
decisions. Just the stupidest, like, in terms, not just in terms of fan base decisions, but business decisions. They're so dumb right now. Like, it's ridiculous. So at this point, yeah, like, just forget about the universe. Just do solo movies. Like, that's all you can do at this point. I'm like, it's so
shock
sad.
me just if Flash gets like canceled.
Yeah.
No,
That's so sad for me, you know, because I want to see this universe. I want to see it, but like at this point,
I do
I've
too.
given up, and I'm just
I do
like,
too.
just do what you know. Like,
Yeah.
come on, like you know, it's
these
not gonna
games,
work.
man. Put these games.
Just do what you got. You know?
And you know, after Christopher Nolan came out with his movies and how he crushed it, but it still wasn't very like, I wouldn't say it wasn't comic book accurate at all, right?
No.
But it's very clear that, you know, he still has, in my opinion, the best DC universe out there. And then when Marvel coming out with their monumental 22 plus movies, they try to get something in gear. They strayed away from Christopher Nolan's idea, which is okay. They try to do something quick. They screwed it up. They did it bad. Joss Whedon is an enemy.
Anti-Joss Whedon.
He's
a
rat.
Yeah, and it's just very clear to me that, you know what, if you are going to do this, if you are going to restart it, like, give us something to be hopeful for, because if not, like I said, get off the big screen. I don't want to pay $9, $20 in total for some popcorn, some Crunch Bunch to watch some trash. I'm not doing it. As well as Birds of Prey was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Really?
like Birds of Prey.
was?
It was.
I didn't even watch it.
It was
'cause
good.
I don't care about that shit.
It was good, and this
So was Aquaman.
Aquaman was good.
Still haven't seen it. Still haven't seen
Aquaman was
it.
good.
See, and that's DC's mark right now is, you know what, if I didn't see a movie, I'm
Exactly,
okay
it's
with
just
it.
like-
Because,
Yeah, like,
but if
yeah,
I missed a
I don't
Marvel
care.
movie, it's a sin, and I'm going straight to hell. But if I miss a DC movie, who cares?
You go to confession if you miss a Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, people say
But
they're Marvel fans, but they're like, oh, I haven't
Joss
seen the
Whedon?
first Captain America. It's like,
Dude,
shut
the
up.
WB puppet, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At this point, yeah.
He's a snake.
Yeah.
So we're all nay on this, though.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
We're all nay on this.
All
but
right, so we're gonna kind of blaze through because we're running low
Yeah.
on time.
This one can
these
be
next
quick.
few.
Legend
So-
of the whatever reboot.
Oh,
What
Legends
hell
of
is
the
that?
Hidden Temple. It used to
Hidden
be an
Temple.
old game show on Nickelodeon
Mhm.
in which kids jump in this huge ass temple and they try to find a treasure and they play a whole bunch of other games. But CW is rebooting it.
Okay.
I don't like CW. I want to nay CW and yay for this reboot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the same thing because honestly the
'Cause
show is
I don't
sick.
like CW at all.
the like obstacle course. As long as it's a reboot of the actual game show and not like a movie or a series, I'm with it. So you know, it's a solid.
You know what? Hey, I'll give it a yay. I don't know what it is. Apparently, it was loved from a lot of people. I'll give it a yay. I don't know what it is, but we are running out of time, so I'm gonna move forward with this. Yay, CW, nay, but yay for this.
Yeah, same thing. CW can suck it. Big nay. Big yay on this temple shit. That sounds fun.
Moving forward, let's go to Dragon Ball real quick, so we can do that one real quick.
Okay,
We can do that one real quick.
Go ahead and explain it.
I don't know what it is. It's just Dragon Ball Reboot. It's an animated movie.
Reboot? You mean a movie?
Movie.
It's
It's
not a
a new
reboot.
movie. It's a Dragon Ball Super.
It's a new Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Super movie in which
Ooh.
they will be.
I saw a little something about this that like kind of like fell through the cracks, and it's supposedly gonna be based on Trunks.
Which is
Very
cool.
nice.
Because Trunks is a
And-
cool character.
And I saw this other thing that it's gonna be like
And a lot
probably
of
one of their
androids are gonna
darker,
be in
like darker
Storylines, right?
storylines, I guess.
Hmm.
But like I don't follow Dragon Ball.
I
but
don't know.
want to.
I think
want
it.
to.
I think
I want
it's
to.
still
want
a
to.
little bit of ways out. So I think that's why they haven't really released too much on it.
Cause it's coming out 2022.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
But I'm also yay.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm a yay for it. You know, I've
Same.
seen all Dragon Ball.
I'm a
So.
Yeah.
yay as well.
because
so
the
everybody-
Broly movie was sick.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, so our next piece. Well, let's go ahead and just burn through the Friends reunion.
yeah.
So there was a
Which
teaser
is-
trailer. Friends is semi getting a reboot. It's more of a reunion,
Elaine?
but they're kind of doing all sorts of stuff with it. It's unconfirmed, but we just see them walking away from the camera all together with their theme song.
Yeah, so cool.
a remix
I
sort
thought
of.
that they were gonna walk onto like a football field.
Um,
Like that, like Friday Night Lights.
I just want to. I want to start. Nay, just like dude, like
And I was talking.
it's over. It's overrated.
It's overrated.
It's overrated. Friends
Like,
is never rated.
every-
And
show.
also, like, think about this, guys. People saw that and like it
They
probably
go
brought
nuts.
a tear
Yeah,
to
they probably went
like
nuts.
to their eye, and
Yeah.
like they went crazy.
Yeah.
But nay, it's
Yeah,
overrated.
it's overrated.
Nay, get out of my face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say nay. I mean, like, Friends. Look, if you haven't seen Friends, watch it. It's a good thing to like dive into, but you'll see that it's not worth any hype whatsoever.
The only good thing is that Ross has a monkey. That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
And
Paul
Jennifer-
Rudd is also a great thing of the show.
Oh,
And
also,
Jennifer
yeah.
Aniston versus Monica. What's her name? What's her real name? I don't know
Oh,
her name, but
Jennifer.
Lewinsky?
Oh,
Jennifer Aniston.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox What happened? No,
She had a lot of surgeries.
She did.
She had
and
a lot.
it was not good.
But I will say this: a friend's guest appearances kind of came up. They have a lot. I don't know. Is this a movie? Because
Ant-Man?
I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna read these.
Paul Rudd,
Ready?
that'd be
David Beckham. Why? You're a soccer player. Justin Bieber. Okay.
I like the beach.
Everybody watches show. That's why people
But
are
he-
like, please get me in this
But
show.
Beeb isn't
like,
even
just a
part of
cameo.
the show.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly,
Okay, no,
yeah.
this one's even crazier.
Because he wants to talk about his beaches.
BTS.
No.
What is BTS doing in this?
BTS?
That's really
They're going
weird.
to pop it, lock it, and drop it on
That's
the show.
so
James
weird.
Corden, garbage at what he
There's
does.
like 9 of them
Not
on
funny
like
guy.
BTS.
He's
How are
not
they going
funny.
to fit all of them on BTS? Guys, I'm still stuck on BTS.
I still got a long list.
What
Ready?
about social distancing?
That's not a thing anymore unless you're vaccinated.
Oh, that's true.
Cara Delevingne. I don't know who that is, but
Oh, she's a
see that
model.
later.
Rocket ship.
Lady Gaga. Okay. Elliot
Queen.
Gould. Elliot Gould, in my opinion, was
Goulding,
famous
yeah.
for one thing, and it was her song in
His
that
music.
movie.
Yeah.
Larry Hankin. Don't know who you are.
Hankin? Don't know
Hankin.
who that
Kid
is.
Harington. I think that's Jon Snow, if I'm correct, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's in it.
I
Whatever.
like that guy.
Mindy
Okay.
Kaling.
Is it?
Don't know who you are.
Don't know who he is.
Thomas Lennon. Probably John Lennon's
John
like,
Lennon.
Yeah,
John
maybe John
Lennon.
Lennon's
Something with John Lennon.
Grandson.
Christina
Son.
Pickles.
Cousin.
She's a pickle.
She's
All right,
pickle.
Tom Selleck. He was in the show, so he's a
Okay.
good actor. Maggie Wheeler, Reese Witherspoon. I forgot about her. James Michael Tyler. No idea who you are. Malala Yousafzai. That's the last one that I read. And apparently there's more. I think Clooney's coming out and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nay
Nay.
because
Nay.
you know what? My favorite character's not even coming back. Paul Rudd's not listed.
That's
That
so
guy's
dumb.
not
I
coming
can't believe
back.
that. That's crazy.
He's not listed unless
That
he
was
makes
the
a
best character in the show.
unless he makes a
Yeah.
surprise
I
appearance.
feel like that's like a gimme though for
Yeah.
him to be back.
He was my favorite character, and he was only in there for like the last season. Yay or nay?
that's
It's
dumb.
it's a nay for you.
Big fat nay. Big fat
Fat
nay.
nays
for
I didn't
everybody.
ask for this.
So we're gonna roll through these. We're gonna just touch them real quick, like
Yeah.
absolutely quick. So Apex new map
I think it's
just
cool.
came out.
I think it's really cool.
Pretty solid.
What they,
Yeah.
It's not a year
I'm
and
not
in,
very
but-
good at it, but the contrast between the ice and the lava and like the land. is
Obi-Wan and
really cool.
Anakin are like
Fuck
fighting
yeah.
in like the distance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
but just make sure that you
just take a look
have
at
the high ground.
And if you
Yeah.
haven't played Apex, it's free. The
Yeah, it's
updates for free. Check it out. You know, we've
Yeah.
been talking about it lately. We've been playing it a lot lately.
It's a good
Like
update.
it.
Check it
Yeah.
out.
Check
And
it
then
out.
like
as
it,
well,
love it.
Fallen Order 2.
It's in development right now.
Been
I
confirmed
got some
in
good
development?
news. Yeah, good news. It's in development, so we are getting Fallen Order 2. I don't know if it's gonna be called Fallen
So we
Order
get
2.
to see Starkiller's bald head again. I'm down.
Fallen Order
Huh?
is not that.
Oh my
Force
god,
Unleashed.
that's Force Unleashed.
Oh my god.
Get him off the
Alright,
show.
now he's off the pod.
When B comes back, she'll take his spot.
You know what, dude? It's just that's how much I like Starkiller, but he's not even canon.
No. So, anyways, this is in development. That's the good news. So we're getting another one. I think there was talk about the title might be different. It might be like Rising Empire instead of Falling Order. It might be like Rising Empire or something like that. I don't know.
Rising of the
But
Wings.
this is the bad news. They're aiming for, and if anybody knows video games, they don't come out on the day they are. They're usually delayed.
Yeah.
They're aiming for 2023. So
Oh
we
my-
might not even see this till
my
later.
right butt
Christ.
cheek.
So that's the sad part. But the good news is, it's in development.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Okay. Cool.
something.
I'm
That's
down.
something.
Alrighty, so homework.
Some boy.
Our next empire is John Summer. So, Professor John, what is our homework this week?
Are we gonna
It's
do
gonna
zombie
be
boys?
an animated movie.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie.
Justice League Dark.
Oh.
Apocalypse
I've
Wars.
been wanting to see that one. Nice.
Just came out. Yeah.
Wait, it just came out?
Yeah. No. Apocalypse Wars. I think it came out in 2020.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they do
Apocalypse
already
Wars.
already
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a Justice League
yeah,
Dark.
Justice League.
I've seen that one.
It's
Yeah.
the second
Yeah.
one.
Okay, Justice
Second one.
League,
Yeah.
Dark.
Apocalypse.
So like,
I've
there's
seen it.
like a timeline of all these, but like, you don't have to watch all of
Right.
them. Yeah.
I think I saw
it's
the
The first
trailer
one's good.
today.
I've seen the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
I've seen the first
Yeah,
one too,
the first
Yeah,
one's good.
and I think I saw a trailer today because I think I saw something like Flash. It was like I'm Flash, but not from here, or something like that. And I was like,
Justice League
What is
Dark.
this?
Cool. I'm
Apocalypse
excited.
Wars.
I'm
Animated
excited.
movie.
That's a good pick.
do you know what platform it's on?
HBO Max.
idea, bro.
Is it HBO Max?
Really? Oh,
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh
I
yeah.
have no idea,
No.
bro.
Hey, you know what, guys? Just watch,
Just
okay?
figure
Find
out.
it.
Go find it.
Figure it out. Don't be idiots. Watch
This
it.
is
So,
research project, okay?
So
Go
if-
find it.
so you
We're not
heard,
supposed to give you all the answers.
Yeah.
so you heard it here, guys. We're gonna be watching this week. So if you want to watch it with us, you're more than welcome to. We're gonna be talking about it next
Do it,
podcast.
guys.
First thing, I mean after the Pokemon opening, of course.
Watch it with us so you don't have to get the
Um,
freak out and get the freak back.
Right. So, Anybody else have anything?
I think that's it, man.
BuzzBoys.
Oh yeah,
the other guys,
we're
they
still
can suck
beefing with those other
chill out
guys.
with the Pokemon cards, BuzzBoys.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Because
Don't punch
it's not
people.
cool.
Scummy.
Don't punch people for Pokemon cards. The other BuzzBoys.
And I got a question for the viewers. Tell us what you think's gonna happen in the next 13 episodes of the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
your
you
theories
think
are?
we're gonna see Grogu? You think
Theories.
we're gonna
Give us
see
some theories.
Vader?
Or do you think like the big point is going to be episode 10 or 13, or like is there going to be like a huge like climax there? What do you guys
What's your
think?
thoughts? Because the
Yeah,
Bad Batch
let
is
us
the
know.
hot topic of recent.
Because I am calling my shot on episode 13. I'm
Johnny's
Hands
going
on that
diamond
one.
hands, but I'm not.
Something with Grogu's going down on episode 13.
I'm gonna be a paper hands Batushki over here, and be like, no 9.
I'm still on it. I think
Yeah.
crosshairs. It's gonna be crosshairs.
Yeah.
But all right, so that's gonna be pretty much it for this episode. Remember, guys, go ahead and follow us on our platforms. We got the Instagram rolling, TikTok's still going. We're posting out random stuff on there. Again, the weekly podcast is gonna keep going. So other than that, thanks for listening to the Buzz and the Boys Talk.
I love that so
See you
much.
later,
Every
fellas.
time.
See you guys
And
next
I
week.
love you guys.
Thanks
I
for
love you
listening.
guys.
Thank you guys.
Goodbye.
I love the fans and the boys. Bye.